Speaking of adult film stars, what's your take on Zion Williamson and Moriah Mills?
So I've been hitting her up for years now, trying to get her to come on Plug Talk, and she was always acting a little bit scared of it. And now I guess I understand why, because she was kind of Zion Williamson's fake girlfriend or side chick or whatever for this whole time. He doesn't seem like the most brilliant guy on earth. He seems like the kind of guy who just got a lot of money and is just kind of like a pure sex addict and is just doing I've heard about a lot of NBA players over the years doing this, where they sort of, have a different girl in every different city and they're paying their bills and they're allowing them to, basically do what they want, but they're having some degree of control over them. To me personally, I don't really get it. I don't feel like it. If I had $1 billion, this is not what I would choose to be doing with my money.
No, none of these guys have $1 billion.
Right, but I'm saying even if I had $1 billion, the last thing I'd be doing is thinking, oh yeah, baby, I'm gonna give you $100,000 a month so that you can like live in this penthouse apartment and fuck me when I come to town.
Well. I doubt any of these girls are getting $100,000 a month. I know Moriah said this. I don't believe it. Okay?
Probably true, yeah.
I'm sure she's gotten some thousands of dollars. And maybe if you add it all up, it might add up to 100.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, it's not like we're talking about a non-desirable man.
Right.
This is a superstar NBA athlete. He's young. He's in good shape. He's famous. I'm sure the ticket, I'm sure these girls aren't trying to break him like they would like some older businessman or something.
Right. But when you think about somebody like him, it's like his other options for girls are going to be these like aspiring NBA wife type chicks who like basically want to, just end up in a relationship with this guy because they know that he's going to take good care of them and he's going to shower them with money and everything. But then also those same girls are probably going to be more closed-minded about him fucking all kinds of girls. He's still young. He probably just really wants to have a bunch of hot porn chicks on the roster. And then, with something like the Moriah Mills thing, it's like you eventually get to see what fucking a ton of different women who are clearly suffering from some sort of mental illness eventually leads you to. For me, it's like I feel like I have sex so demystified at this point, because for sure, if I go all the way back to when I was before No Jumper, 7 years before, a lot of this stuff probably would have seemed a lot more appealing to me. Whereas now, sex has just been so demystified. I fucked like 5-6 chicks yesterday, like it was nothing. And, it was great. I had a great time, but it just doesn't feel as, important as it felt to me when I was a younger man. And this stuff was all much harder to line up and more off limits,
what's interesting about Moriah, because I interviewed Van Lathan. I don't know if you saw this segment.
I did, yeah.
Where I pointed out to Van that Moriah only did scenes with white men.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. And he pulled out his phone. He was like, oh, shit, you're right.
And she was the cause of me going to ghettogaggers.com for the first time and seeing, that website is crazy because it's just every single thumbnail is a black woman with a big old you-know-what all over her face. And in every single one, they look very uncomfortable. And I'm sure they tell them to look uncomfortable with it. There's a lot of very odd racialized adult content out there that I don't necessarily know about because I deal in more mainstream circles. But yeah, definitely. And it's all white guys banging these chicks on that site as well. But yeah, I didn't know that she only shot with white guys. It is a pretty common trajectory for women in porn to shoot with all white guys before they start to shoot with black guys, in the same way that women will do all vaginal before they do anal, or they'll do all one-on-one before they do threesomes and orgies or gangbangs or anything like that. So I guess I'm really not surprised, because she probably had an agent or a manager at a certain point telling her, wait to do your first scene with a black guy, because that's sort of an additional level that people are looking forward to, But yeah, definitely to the average person, probably seems very racist.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, people shoot who they want to shoot with, and they have careers, and obviously this is a business for her. Zion didn't do anything wrong. He's a young guy. He's got money. I'm sure he was watching tons of porn movies when he was in college and maybe even high school. And now he got some money, and now he can slide into people's DMs, and they get he gets an answer right away, and he got the money to pay him. And, you know, he gets another girl pregnant. There's probably not the best communication that was happening along the way. Because at the end of the day, I feel like as long as you treat people well and respectfully and treat people like human beings, you know, I've always have a thing about never let a woman leave angry. You know, even if you have to humble yourself, even if you have to apologize for things you didn't do, even if you have to give her some extra money, you know what I mean, to smooth things along, somehow buy her something nice, whatever. Don't let that woman walk out bad, because God knows what's about to happen after that.
I'm not gonna lie though. I heard you talking about this with academics, and I think I agree with him that you seem a little bit naive to how nasty some of these girls are.
No,
out
I'm
there.
not naive. I've had very nasty women.
But I feel like they've gotten a lot worse. I feel like nowadays these chicks have additional tricks in their bag because it's so appealing for somebody like Moriah Mills to go to the media, to make things public. Think about what has happened to her social media and her OnlyFans and how much money she's making from her, you know, self-sustained business since doing this. Like, the incentives are just so strong for her to put this shit out into the public eye that it's just a more horrible situation, I think, than you might know.
Possibly. You know, and also there's a whole thing about dating women who are on social media like that versus who aren't, because not every woman is on social media. You know, some women, you know, they might have an Instagram account or a Twitter account, but they're not out there trying to be celebrities.
Right.
I think once you mess with celebrities, you have to deal with celebrity shit to go along with it.